Hi everyone, welcome to Best Recipes with Sharon. With Thanksgiving coming up soon, I thought this was a really good side dish to add. So here's a recipe for one of the best fried zucchini ever. And usually zucchini is in abundance in the fall, so it's a great side dish to have for Thanksgiving. It's easy to make and really tasty. So stay with me and I'll show you how this is made. I used 3 small zucchinis, and the reason I picked the small ones is because they're nice and crisp still, and they work well in this dish. So we wash them up, cut the ends off, slice them, and cube them. And you know, these ones come in a couple of colors. I think they come in yellow and green, so if you wanted to use both of those, it would make a really colorful dish. And of course, place them in the large mixing bowl so that you can mix it thoroughly when you add the rest of the ingredients. Then start by adding 1 tablespoon of flour and give it a nice generous sprinkle of paprika. Then I put in some freshly ground salt. And once again, you're using your own judgment on this, and just give it a nice amount on the top. So then, using your large spoon, you'll just mix that in until each of the zucchini pieces are well coated. Yeah, they're starting to look pretty good here. Using a medium-sized frying pan, put it on over the stove and pour in some canola oil, just a little bit to cover the bottom of the pan. And turn your heat on medium-high. Once you've heated the oil up, dump the zucchini pieces in on top of the oil and start frying right away. Remember that your oil needs to be hot first. Spread your zucchini pieces out, but don't turn them right away or you'll lose your coating on it. Give it a few minutes to brown up on that side. Meanwhile, you'll get out some garlic. And I'm using about 2 cloves of garlic. You slice or chop them and then add them to the zucchini when it's partially cooked, so that you don't overcook the garlic, because the garlic can get bitter if you cook it for too long or brown it too much. So you just want a little bit in there when it's partially cooked. So I'm not adding it quite yet. It looks like it needs a little bit more flour, so I'm going to add another tablespoon or so of flour on top of this. And this is just as simple as it is. And you can see that it is starting to brown up a little bit, so I'm going to add the garlic now, and then I'll turn it back and forth and finish frying. So it's looking pretty good here, and it has a nice aroma coming from it. And it doesn't take very long to cook, maybe 10-15 minutes. So you want to start with your oil fairly hot. Make sure that when you turn it, it has already started to brown, and minimize the turning back and forth so that you don't make it go kind of mushy and soft, because you do want those zucchini pieces to remain a little bit firm and crisp. It's a dish that you make up and serve right away. So just before serving it, you add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. This will complement the flavors, but it will also help the next ingredient stick to the zucchini. And that being dill weed. Sprinkle it fairly generously with some dill weed. And with the large spoon, just give it a gentle stir. Now, even people that don't like zucchini actually like the flavor of this. This is best served while it's still hot. It's not as good for leftovers because it does soften up. So make just enough for your meal. But you'll find it's worth doing. I hope you enjoy this recipe. And once again, until next time, happy eating.